What is good, y'all? See you back here. Uh, so today we're gonna be talking about Donovan Mitchell re-signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers and what that means for the rest of the league. If you haven't stayed up to date with like the whole Cleveland Cavaliers situation, basically what was happening was like all season what they were telling us is like, there's no way Donovan Mitchell's re-signing. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Why would he re-sign with Cleveland? And then towards the end of the season, reports started coming out like Darius Garland doesn't want to play with Donovan Mitchell. And it even got to the point where his agent was saying stuff along the lines of, if y'all keep Donovan Mitchell, we're not playing here. Which makes this whole situation very interesting because Donovan Mitchell just signed a 3-year, $150 million contract. So he's here for 4 more years because he still had 1 year left on his contract. And that's interesting. Do the Cavs think that they can convince Darius Garland to buy in and play alongside him for the next 4 years? Or are they doing this expecting to trade Darius Garland somewhere? Either way, I think it's going to be a very interesting situation just because this team is still so young. Like, outside of Donovan Mitchell, who's, I think he's about like 26, 27, this team is all young 20s, at least for the core. Like, guys like Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, these guys are young. And they just brought in a coach in Kenny Atkinson who's great at developing young players. Like, we saw what he did with the Nets a few years back, whenever they had all those young guys and they made the playoff push. Like, he's that type of coach. He's going to turn young talent into actual competent NBA players that are able to continue to progress. So I could see Darius Garland staying. I know there was a lot of not beef, but a lot of separation between the group and JB Bickerstaff last season whenever he was their coach. So maybe with this new coaching hire, that's going to change Darius Garland's mind a little bit. But if it doesn't, somebody's about to get Darius Garland for a deal, man. Because I'm a big Darius Garland fan. I love the guy. His game is so smooth to me. But he did not have a great year last year. He was playing solid at the beginning of the season, and then he broke his jaw. He broke his jaw. And whenever he came back, he wasn't the same. He was never the same guy he was before. And that's tough. Because he's such a high level player, man. Like, so far in his career, anytime somebody talks to me about him, I'm like, I see this guy being like Chris Paul, like that caliber player, like prime Chris Paul, and we all know what that guy is. His handle is so tight. Like, he legit has dang near Kyrie level handles, and he's a great playmaker and a great shot creator. Before the Spurs got Chris Paul, a lot of talk was maybe like, okay, imagine Darius Garland on that team. Darius Garland growing with Wemby and Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, those guys over there, that would have been something. But if he does end up getting traded somewhere, I could see it being on a very, very good value. Like, they're not going to have to give up a lot for him because he didn't have a great year last year. And along with that, if it does come to that, teams are going to know, yeah, he doesn't want to be there because that's already the rumor around the league that he doesn't want to be in Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell. So this could change the league. What if he gets to the Lakers? What if he gets to, like, who's another contender? I don't want to say that he can't go to the Celtics, can't go to the Bucks. What if he goes to Philly, man? Like, I know, like, that's, imagine this is your starting lineup in Philly if he somehow gets there. Tyrese Maxey, Darius Garland, Paul George, Kelly Oubre, Joel Embiid. That's a dang good lineup. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. But Donovan Mitchell, this contract is important because he could have had a fourth year on this, but he took 3 years $150 million instead of 2 years, like 215 or 205, whatever it would have been. And the reason I think he did this is he's going to be in the middle of his prime whenever this contract is up. He's going to be right around 30 years old. The NBA cap continues to grow every year. Like, it's projected to increase by 10% every year. So he can get paid even more at the end of this contract than if he would have signed a longer term contract. And I think that's what he's looking for. I think he's looking to go somewhere else in the middle of his prime and get paid. What I guess there's a possibility that he'll stay with the Cavs at the end of this contract, but I really think he did this to leave his options open. He's like, okay, I'll give this group a couple more years, and if it's not working, I'm out. I signed a shorter contract. I don't have to stay, and that's assuming he doesn't request / demand a trade before then. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's really all my thoughts. I know this is a quick video. There's not really a whole lot to talk about with Donovan Mitchell re-signing. But if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My podcast and Twitter are down in the description. A new podcast is coming out today, so stay tuned for that. Thank you very much. Peace.